fascinating reversal.
Yes, absolutely. So
Yeah.
we had a big movement this month where one of the things we always look at with our index is whether capacity for transportation is growing faster or slower than transportation prices. You'd almost think of capacity as supply and price as demand, and so you want supply and demand to sort of be in equilibrium. And if you're a carrier, it's nice when demand's a little higher than supply. Well, that had not been the case through really August and September. We saw capacity growing faster both months. Now, last month it was, and I said this when I was here last month, it was by like a point. I mean, it was not a huge inversion, but it was an inversion, and it was something to keep our eye on. It's funny because that inversion really carried through the first half of October as well. In October, the first, we kind of broke it, first 2.5 weeks of October, capacity was all the way up at 61, which is the highest reading we've had for that in, years. And price was at 52. And then something happened right around like October 17, 18, right in there, totally
Right.
flips. And price goes up to a 65, capacity goes down to a 51, which means like we barely have excess capacity. And those two together brought us to the overall numbers that we reported this month, which was a 61.7 for transportation price, which is the highest we've had in quite a few months, and transportation capacity at 54.5. So essentially what that means is we went from, supply being higher than demand for 2 months to now it flips back, and demand is higher than supply. And that was really driven not only by movements in the second half of the month, but by movements downstream at the retail level.